Hello, good evening. This is Sylvester Alfonso here, and this time I'm going to take you on my journey to the Northeast. Northeast, my first visit to the Northeast was in 2005. We began a journey en route to Calcutta. We had a stopover at Calcutta, a beautiful place, and I would like the Calcutta because of its heritage, rich culture. Few places that I've seen in Calcutta was the Victoria, the Raj Bhavan, and the Panorama Art Museum. I love Calcutta also because the food is quite cheap and especially the fish items. A lot of Bengalis, they love fish. A former capital of India during the British Raj. From Calcutta, we did go to Darjeeling, the queen of hill stations. We boarded the train at Sialda and we got down at NJP, New Jalpaiguri. And from there, we took a toy train to Darjeeling. We reached Darjeeling in the evening, stayed out. I like the place very much. If you want to see India's greenery, you must travel by train, the mini trains, and that's worth it. We love this. We love this journey very much because the toy train is a heritage site from from LG from New Jalpaiguri to Darjeeling station, and that's the place when traveling by this night train. Mother Teresa got a call to form up a vocation where she started with missionaries of charity. This Darjeeling is famous for its tea plantations in the northeast. We enjoyed our stay there. We had a lovely time visiting all the gardens and all the unique places. The Gom Monastery in Darjeeling is a treat to watch, and many other places. That is 2005. It has been long time, and something which is a first time I visited a big hill station, a major hill station, and we seen a lot of many enchanting places. And that's where I said my journey to the Northeast is incredible. I love the Northeast. And I said I'm beginning to visit more and more places in Northeastern India. The second time we visited the Northeast was we went to Gangtok and by Calcutta again. This time again we had a halt at Calcutta, visited the Mother Teresa's homes, and something I liked about Mother Teresa's homes, we seen a lot of children there, we seen the lepers there. We went to the home for the dying in Kalighat, and this time it was even more interesting. We saw Mother Teresa's room, the pen which she wrote letters to endlessly. And then, after a day halt in Calcutta, we went to Gangtok. Gangtok, we seen a lot of other things, a lot of greenery. We visited the places. Then from Gangtok, we went to a place called Lachung. Now, this is the place where you have to go on top and where the oxygen level dropped, and I had a problem little bit. Of course, but some of the other we managed. It was during summer season, and we managed out. We were given those thermal jackets to wear, and we played in the snow there. My wife enjoyed it. She really enjoyed it. I was facing a little bit of problem, but it was okay. It was manageable. And at the end of one day, particularly, we came up, we stayed in our rooms. We were staying in a guest room there. And we visited on top, the peak of the mountains. And in that place, I watched something. There was a small hutman staying there, and the children were living in utter poverty. But there was a smile on their face. They were studying because there was no electricity in the house, and they were studying under the street lights. There were three children. They were about 8 years, 10 years, and 12 years, something like that. And they looked at us and they gave a smile. I said, wow, this really touched me. The hair on my body stood up that time. And it is something that I said, really, I must visit the Northeast more often. We visited Sikkim, we visited Gangtok, we went to Lachung, we went to the western part of Gangtok, then we went to Kalimpong. We saw a lot of plantations there, and especially the cactus plantation was a treat to watch there. Then we visited Dr. Graham's home in Kalimpong, and then from Kalimpong we came by Delhi and Delhi to Bombay. Now, these were my first two trips. This first one was in 2005. Second one was couple of years later. I don't remember that, but that was to Gangtok as I explained it. The third time we went to the Northeast was we. I came myself alone in 2022 to Assam, and there we have decided, because the people are so poor, but yet they're very happy. And I really enjoyed myself. In fact, I saw two girls there, and my wife couldn't join me as she had COVID during that time. But then on an evening call, I told her, I seen these two girls. We must treat them as our children. And from that time, they are there with us. We are keeping in touch with each other. This was I went to in and out of Assam, and especially the Kaziranga Park. Being a bird photographer, I love to see that again and again. So we have decided that time, and it was in February 2022 that I first visited Assam, and I went to this place and I saw these girls and I said, Assam is another beautiful place with lot of greenery, lot of rice and tree plantations, tea plantations. So you want to see India's greenery, you must go to many other places in India. There's lots of greenery to watch, and you breathe the fresh air, not the polluted air. So it is something which keeps your mind and body fresh. Assam, I love the river, the fish, the seafood, and especially the river fish. That is really marvelous. I tripped on that river fish for first time when I went. Every time you get good pork to eat there, and you get good vegetarian thali in the Orchid Park, which is costing around about 200 rupees. And that thali, at least two people can eat that. Is such a huge thali that two people are enough to eat that. One person cannot eat it alone. And you get variety of vegetables in that. Then when you go to Assam, you go to the Brahmaputra River. When you go to Kawati, that is another beautiful sight to watch. As I was told earlier, that people of Assam were so much by themselves, they used to only go to work, come back home, eat and sleep. There was no life for them. But after COVID, they have begun to realize that there is something for them to look into. So now they are beginning to open up a little bit more. And that's what I like. about Assam. And I have a friend there also who had helped me a lot initially. There is Mahesh, the taxi driver, and there is CK Das, and my daughters are there, Pooja and Pranami, and their parents. So that was all in my first trip in February 2022. In October 2022, I visited these places again and with my wife. And my wife and my daughters really enjoyed. And I love to see that mother daughter conversation. They discuss a lot of things where we men cannot do much about it, but we should love them as our own children. And that's what I like about this mother daughter relationship, which I don't interfere much. So, we not only visited Assam that time, we went to Arunachal. We went to Arunachal by Tejpur, and you cross the Brahmaputra river. You see that river, such a beautiful place. Then you go to Tejpur, and then from Tejpur you go up to Arunachal. Here in this place, there is a point called zero, and here also the oxygen level drops, and you are in a snow area. You think you're in Switzerland. So beautiful to watch that. And this time my wife faced a problem of oxygen level. I told her, you stay in the car. I'll just go and take out a couple of photos and come back. We went up again. We crossed that area. We went up to Arunachal. We were there for a couple of days. We went to visit all the monasteries there, one better than the other. I love this place very much. Arunachal is a treat to watch, and there's lots of sanctuaries there, a lot of good fooding areas there. You can have a meal in the smallest dhaba. That is the beauty of Arunachal. Then after a few days, we came back. We came back to Assam. We stayed for a day there, and then we went to Nagaland. That is a place I'm surprised. There are lots of Catholics there. And in Nagaland, we were staying there for 2 days. We arrived Nagaland on a Saturday evening, and we spent the whole of Sunday, and Monday morning we went back to Assam again. And this time we stayed another 4 5 days in Assam, and it was my birthday during that time. My daughter celebrated my birthday, and it was a real treat to watch. And the trip of Assam was very good. Again, there is no complaints about this. Northeast is a treat to watch. I will say go east or west. Northeast India is the best because there is no place like that. Because I lived with these people and I know the reality of that. The last time I visited the Northeast again is only in Assam to only be with my daughters. That was in January, February 2024. And this time I covered the whole of Kaziranga again and again. All three trips, Kaziranga had to be there because of bird lovers and wildlife photography. And they too enjoyed with me. My children enjoyed, and it was a good time to watch this, my two daughters. And this time when we left, they were in tears. They were asking us, when are you going to come again? And hopefully, I said in October, because in October I plan to make a trip to Shillong also. There are lots of places in Assam to watch. You go, it is, Assam is in lengthwise very long, right up to Guwahati. You go Then you go on this side, you go to Dibugar, and lots of other places still to cover. So I'm looking forward more and more trips to Northeast. And this is your friend Sylvester Alfonso saying goodbye to you and thank you very much for listening to me.